Good evening and welcome to Trending Tonight, the only show on primetime television where we care to explain the news behind the trend. So what is the trend? Well, something which is alarming, something that many would assume is going to take place at the borders. But it seems that the definition of borders and the sort of deputation and reinforcement done on the borders is closer home. Delhi has been fortified against farmers, and the manner in which it has been done, a lot of people are raising their doubts. There are nails, there is concrete, there are concertina wires. We'll be discussing the anatomy of a barricade. Why exactly has there been a need felt to do this? Is this the aftermath of the 26th of January? We are going to discuss this with a whole host of guests. Tomorrow, remember, is a very crucial discussion also in Parliament on the crucial farmers issue. I want to invite our first guest, Rajya Sabha MP from the Congress Party, Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi, what, according to you, could be the possible reason that on the 26th of January, when we should have seen the alacrity, we did not, as far as the police deputation is concerned? But if you see it now, it almost appears as if we've overdone it.
Well, I think that you are using moderate and kind words. I think this is both an element of vendetta and an attempt to discredit and break this movement, which is genuine and comes from within the deep wells of anguish and anger. Let me explain why. Look, I am one of those who in writing condemned the violence on 26th January, as many others did. And I have no hesitation repeating that if at all there were some elements who can be called farmer elements, I don't believe they were. But assuming that there are a few misguided elements who did violence, they must be pursued and condemned and punished. And certainly the non-farmer elements, which are very likely to have instigated the violence, should equally be punished very harshly. That goes without saying, and I've said it in writing. The question, however, is that after 26th, can this become an excuse to somehow create a situation where, because in law and under our constitution, you cannot pass an order saying all protests by farmers are banned because they did some violence on 26th. Therefore, you do the very same thing, but by a circuitous manner. The circuitous manner is that any protest requires subsidiary and ancillary and supporting structures. You need water, you need electricity, you need access, you need mobility, you need transportation, you need food. So you use this 26th violence to ensure that all these basic accessories supporting structures of a protest are completely paralyzed. And therefore, you actually achieve indirectly what you cannot do directly. Also, for any of us who have seen these photographs, I mean, you would not be blamed for mistaking it to be the India-Pak or the India-China border. The kind of wires, the kind of nails of all things. And the reaction of the police, of course, pretends to be one of righteous indignation. Look, if they broke this thing on 26th, we are only fortifying ourselves in advance. There is no procession asked for today. There is no procession planned for tomorrow. In 26, there was an actual procession of which notice was given, which might have turned violent, but there was a procession. So without a procession planned for tomorrow, why these nails, why these wires, why the electricity goes off at Singhu, why basic water is a problem, and water is not used only for drinking, water is used for so many other things, cooking, bathing, otherwise. So, you know, I think this is actually an additional huge insult amounting to a slap in the face of the farmers. You see, the Honorable Prime Minister, in evocative words, on the left hand uses the ministry is a call away, the government is a call away, and on the right hand of the same government, this is happening. This, with great respect, is nothing but hypocrisy. This, with great respect, is nothing but double-facedness. And these are crocodile tears, therefore, to use something and to continue to use it a week after 26th January by indirection, by implied attempts, by ulterior motives, by a certain amount of anger and vendetta against the farmers, etc.
All right. All right, Dr. Singhvi, thank you very much. Let's hope that tomorrow, when this is debated or discussed in Parliament, all of these aspects do come out. Thank you very much for joining us right at the top. My next guest is Mr. Naresh Gujral, Rajya Sabha MP of the Shiromani Akali Dal. Mr. Gujral, welcome on the show. Now, we've seen, first of all, a word from you on the way and the manner in which Delhi has been fortified. In your memory, have you ever seen Delhi like this? Because as far as I can think, I have never seen Delhi's borders the way I saw them 2 or 3 days ago, even now.
Well, of course, nobody has seen this kind of thing before. But if they think, if the authorities think that by doing all this, they can subdue the farmers, I think they're sadly mistaken. These are brave people. Don't forget, look at the history. They took on the Afghans, they took on the Mughals, they took on the British, they took on the Marathas. They are not going to be subdued by these little things. And you have seen how for the last 60 days they've been on the road. The weather was so bad, 130 people lost their lives in the cold, yet they have willpower. And they will continue for the next 6, 8, 10 months if their demands are not met.
Mr. Gujral, see, I was speaking to a lot of representatives of the government, and they seem to say that what do you expect a government to do? I mean, the sort of unprecedented violence that we saw at the Red Fort, the manner in which the police was beaten up. I mean, what else do you expect from a force? To sit back and take it?
Well, I would say that so far the handling of the whole situation has been very, very shoddy, right from the time the bills were passed. I heard the finance minister say yesterday that so much has been done for the farmer, and to quote some figures, that wheat procurement was 34,000 when they took over power, and this year would be 75,000. Paddy was 64,000, which will go to 1,73,000 crores, plus 80,000 crores for PM Kisan Yojana. If all that is there, then why is the farmer so angry? Why is the farmer on the street? Basically,
the government says it's politics.
Deficit. There is a trust deficit.
Okay.
The farmer feels that by passing these black laws, his future is at stake. This is going to affect his rosy roti, his livelihood, and he is not going to tolerate this. And also, these discussions that have been going on, 10 or 11 rounds which have been held so far, if the government had to concede something, why was it not conceded in the first 2 rounds? Why go on for 11 rounds and then you say, okay, we will suspend it for a year and a half. Had they done it in the first round, I'm sure the farmer there would have been some more give and take, but it could have been resolved.
No, Mr. Gujral,
the way things are today,
you think that this could have been resolved through dialogue initially, and now it's essentially spiraled out of control, where there have been tough positions on both sides? Because, you know, when you have tough positions, there can never be a meeting ground, and that's not a good sign.
No, that is not exactly true. What the farmer now fears is that while the MSP would be announced, slowly the government will start reducing the procurement at MSP. And he wants it enshrined in law. He wants that protection. But he's been pushed to the wall. He was not asking for that before. You've pushed him to the wall by passing these laws without taking the stakeholders into confidence, without any discussion. We were time and again telling the government, send it to a joint select committee, let's hear all the stakeholders. But
Okay,
at that
Mr.
time, they
Gujral,
were not willing to listen.
If we were to talk solutions, as a parliamentarian, I want to ask you, what is the way forward from here?
It has to be dialogue, and the dialogue has to be initiated by the government. They are the ones who need to resolve the problem. They are the ones who are ruling the country, and they have to make the first attempt to resolve it. Obviously, you cannot go in for discussions and say, what we offered in the first 6 rounds, we are not going beyond that, and you come to our terms. That is not going to happen.
Okay.
Also, you need to talk to them, not talk at them. You can't keep telling them that these laws are very good for you. This is not working.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Gujral, thank you very much for joining us right here on NDTV. Okay, my next guest is Mahua Moitra, Lok Sabha Member Parliament from the All India Trinamool Congress. Good evening, Mahua.
Good evening.
Yeah, I just wanted to know your initial thoughts and comments. I've been reading your what you've been writing on Twitter, but you know, your initial thoughts and comments on the manner in which Delhi has been fortified. I mean, we'll try to play out pictures. If you allow me, and maybe if you can see the pictures, let's play out this presentation, this report that was filed by correspondents of NDTV, where they showed how this fortification has been done. Nobody in Delhi has seen a fortification of this kind in the past. Let's take a look at this presentation.
आसानी के साथ में जा सकते हैं, लेकिन अगर आप दिल्ली से गाजियाबाद आपको जाना हो तो आज की तारीख में आप नहीं जा सकते। इतनी गहरी खाई है ताकि कोई भी पैदल दिल्ली की ओर ना जा सके।
नई चीज क्या क्या हुई है बॉर्डर पर किसानों को रोकने को लेकर कि वो दिल्ली में दाखिल ना हो पाए।
सिंघू बॉर्डर पर 5 लेवल की सिक्योरिटी लगाई गई है, सड़कें खोद दी गई हैं, जेसीबी मशीन्स लगाई गई हैं। नहाने के लिए और खाने के लिए तक पानी नहीं है।
वाहिगुरु का खालसा वाहिगुरु की फतेह जी।
Mahua Moitra, I want to now come back to you. This sort of fortification where you have dug up the roads, even the slip lanes and service lanes, what would you say?
Look, what is worrying is, Sanket, is that why is no one saying anything? I mean, you know, people keep saying, what is the opposition doing? What is the opposition doing? If the people of this country don't find something wrong with these images, then I don't know what. I mean, we're elected representatives, but we are in a minority in parliament, apart from shouting and getting it adjourned and, you know, maybe delivering a fiery speech or two. It is up to the people of India to stand up now. And this is what I'm telling people. Have we ever seen anything like this? This is Delhi. These are people from Punjab. These are people from Haryana. These are people from Uttar Pradesh. These are not people who are anti-nationals, who are terrorists, who are, you know, X or Y or Z. It was very easy to label Shaheen Bagh and say these were a bunch of Muslims funded by Pakistan. It is not so easy to label the farmers of Punjab and Haryana. Look at the barricading. Look at this kind of fortification.
No, but then we asked this question. Mahua, we asked this question of the government, and they're saying, "What do you expect us to do? To sit back and see what happened on the 26th of January unfold again?"
You know what? What happened on the 26th? Why don't we just go back and take a step back and see what happened on the 26th? What happened on the 26th? You had a route which was allowed. The tractors were going to take that route. You had a few people who infiltrated the movement and decided to go to the Red Fort. Why didn't you just fortify the Red Fort like you were supposed to and allow the tractor rally to follow the route it did? What happened? 2 people went up and tried to put a flag on the Red Fort, and so what? And so what? Why did you not fortify the Red Fort like you were supposed to and allow the tractor rally and give them coverage and not cut the internet off and let them follow the way they did? What happened was this, that a bunch of few infiltrators who hijacked the movement, got all the publicity, which the government really suited the government, went to the Red Fort, and the peaceful farmers who were following, the majority of who were following the route given, were not on any media channel, did not get any publicity, and the tractor rally stopped. So this is exactly what the government wanted. Are you trying to tell me this was not a setup? And now they're using that as the fig leaf, using that as the excuse and saying, are we going to stop them? Delhi is not just meant for 5 people from Gujarat to come in and eat dhoklas. I'm sorry. The people of Punjab and Haryana has much the right to come into the streets of Delhi and protest peacefully. What did they do? They did nothing. I'm sorry. Please don't tell us we've had violence in many places ruled by the BJP. We've had Kapil Mishra come out to make incendiary speeches. Did you block him? You've had during that festival, during Sawan, when they come in and these marauding people come in all over and they shut down meat shops and shut down butchers and shut down everything and everyone has to eat vegetarian. I've seen those sights of those people going through. How is that any less scary? These are people of our country. They're protesting something peacefully. They have every right to come into central Delhi. I'm sorry, you can't stop them. I mean, I'm amazed that people are not finding something wrong with it. I'm amazed.
Okay. Just expecting, what do you expect in Parliament when this is going to be discussed or debated, hopefully, tomorrow onwards?
Look, they have not allowed a discussion on the farm bills as of yet. The Rajya Sabha has been adjourned today. The Lok Sabha has also been adjourned. They have said very categorically, as only this government can, with the force of a brute majority, that they will not give in to any discussion separately on the farm laws. They have said that as part of the president's address, we are free to bring this point up and the prime minister will address it. So I guess, when they are in such a brute majority and people have given them such a brute majority, there's very little one can do. So either we walk out, or which means no participation, or else we just accept it on their terms. Because our numbers in Parliament are not such that we can force our own terms. So I guess we can only debate it and bring up the points during the discussion on the president's debate, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that the people of this country are definitely outnumber the BJP, because the BJP have only 131% of the vote. So I'm appealing to people through your channel that this is not something that only parliamentarians can do. And, people keep saying the opposition isn't doing its duty. I think citizens also aren't doing their duty.
Okay.
We are only a voice for citizens, but the BJP have only 131% of the vote. So everyone else who is out there, please, this is the time to come together and say that this is not on.
Okay. Mahua Moitra, Lok Sabha MP of the Trinamool Congress, thank you very much for joining us. And let's see what happens in Parliament tomorrow when this is going to come up, hopefully, for a discussion. Now, we've heard the opposition. It's also equally important to ask all these questions of the government as well. So I spoke to BJP MP Dr. Ashok Vajpayee. This is what he had to say. सबसे पहले मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं कि इस तरीके की कटीले तार लगा देना, बार्ब्ड वायर, फेंसिंग, सड़क खोद देना, आपको लगता है कि ये रणनीति ठीक है आपके विचार से?
नहीं, क्या आपको लगता है कि 26 तारीख को हुआ वो ठीक था? कि जिस तरीके से दिल्ली की सड़कों पर जो वातावरण बना गणतंत्र दिवस के दिन, क्या वो ठीक था?
नहीं, ठीक बिल्कुल नहीं था। उसका तो जस्टिफिकेशन कोई भी नहीं दे सकता।
फिर
उसको तो कोई भी
तो
सही
अगर ऐसी घटना दोबारा न हो, फिर दिल्ली का जनजीवन दोबारा, दिल्ली में अराजकता न पैदा हो, वो स्थितियां न पैदा हो, तो इसके लिए उसके जो प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स हैं उस दृष्टि में काम किया गया है।
लेकिन वाजपेयी जी, प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स के नाम पर मैं देख रहा हूं 3-3, 4-4 लेवल की बैरिकेडिंग, उसके बाद सीमेंट भर देना सड़क में, सड़क खोद करके उसके अंदर कीलें गाड़ देना। आपको लगता है कि इससे ये सब प्रिवेंटिव मेजर्स हैं, या जो अभी तक लिए जा रहे थे उनसे बात नहीं बनी?
जिस तरह से जिस तरह से ट्रैक्टरों का काफिला पूरे शहर के अंदर, और इस स्पीड में कि कोई बड़ी घटना हो जाती, कोई बड़ी दुर्घटना हो जाती, अब उस तरीके से कैसे उसे रोका जाए? तो कम से कम ये प्रयास किया गया है कि इस तरीके से एकदम मॉब जो है दिल्ली के जनजीवन को अस्त व्यस्त न कर दे, दिल्ली में अराजकता न पैदा हो, कोई अचानक ऐसी स्थिति हो। हालांकि हम जानते हैं कि हमारे देश का किसान बहुत शांतिप्रिय है और किसान से देश को कहीं पर भी कोई समस्या नहीं, लेकिन उनके नाम पर जिस तरीके का जो वातावरण 26 तारीख को हुआ गणतंत्र दिवस के दिन, जब सारा देश गणतंत्र दिवस मना रहा था, सारा देश जश्न में डूबा हुआ था, उस दिन जिस तरह का उपद्रव दिल्ली में हुआ, वो मैं समझता हूं कि कोई भी देश का नागरिक उससे कहीं न कहीं उसको मन को आघात लगा होगा कि आज का दिन ऐसा चुना गया जिस दिन ये स्थिति पैदा हुई, तो दोबारा वो स्थिति ना हो।
वाजपेयी जी, एक सवाल मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं। देखिए, बातचीत और समस्या का हल तो एक विश्वास के वातावरण से ही निकलता है। आपको लगता है कि जब इस तरीके का बंदोबस्त होगा बॉर्डरों पर किसान को रोकने के लिए, मैं समझ सकता हूं कि वो जो स्थिति थी 26 जनवरी को, वो ताकि दोबारा रिपीट ना हो, इस वजह से ये सब कार्रवाई की जा रही है, लेकिन आपको लगता है वो विश्वास का माहौल बन पाएगा जब ऐसे कंटीले तार लग जाएंगे, कील लग जाएंगी, किलेबंदी हो जाएगी?
मैं उपाध्याय जी आपसे कहना चाहता हूं, विश्वास को ही बनाए रखने के लिए 11 बार वार्ता हो चुकी है और सरकार ने कहा है कि एक टेलीफोन कॉल पर हम वार्ता को तैयार हैं। जब भी किसान नेता जो है वार्ता करने को तैयार होंगे, सहमत होंगे, सरकार खुले मन से वार्ता करने को तैयार है। और सरकार ने बार बार ये आग्रह किया है, चाहे माननीय कृषि मंत्री हो, माननीय गृह मंत्री हो, या देश के भी जो शीर्षस्थ नेतृत्व ने कहा है कि किसानों को इन विधेयकों में जो भी आपत्तिजनक लगे, किसान नेता आके कहें, हम उस पर विचार करने और संशोधन करने को तैयार हैं। लेकिन कोई चीजें बातचीत में, लोकतंत्र में बातचीत में संवाद से चीजों का समाधान होता है, न कि डिक्टेशन से कि आपको पहले कुछ और सुनना ही नहीं है। ये बात वाजिब नहीं है कि हमने आपने बजट देखा, बजट में भी किसानों के हित में जो निर्णय लिए गए हैं, सरकार किसानों के प्रति इतना ज्यादा संवेदनशील है। मैं समझता हूं कि लोकतंत्र में ये पहली सरकार होगी जो किसानों की समस्याओं या उन भावनाओं से इतनी गंभीरता पूर्वक जुड़ी है और उनके समाधान का एक गंभीर हल निकालना चाहती है कि देश के कृषकों की आर्थिक स्थिति सुधरे, हमारी खेती लाभकारी हो। यह प्रयास हमारी भारत सरकार, देश के प्रधानमंत्री का, भारत सरकार का, राज्य सरकारों का है और उसमें बहुत ईमानदार प्रयास है। लेकिन कुछ लोग और कुछ राजनीतिक पार्टियां जानबूझ करके कि सरकार को किसी न किसी तरीके से परेशानी में डालना है, और उस तरीके से अगर एक साजिश के तहत कोई कार्रवाई होती तो कठिनाई होती है।
डॉक्टर वाजपेयी, जाते जाते एक आखिरी सवाल आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं कि आज संसद में भी हमने देखा, आप कह रहे हैं आप चर्चा के लिए तैयार हैं, एक फोन कॉल से चर्चा में तैयार हैं, अब संसद चर्चा के लिए ही है। हमने देखा चाहे राज्यसभा हो चाहे लोकसभा, उसमें इस मामले पर चर्चा नहीं हुई और शोर शराबा बहुत हुआ। सरकार की तरफ से हमने स्पष्ट रूप से विपक्ष के सवालों के जवाब नहीं सुने।
देखिए, कोविड के कारण यह तय हुआ था कि प्रश्नकाल नहीं होगा, लेकिन जब माननीय सदस्यों ने कहा नहीं प्रश्नकाल आवश्यक है, तो सभापति ने प्रश्नकाल भी और शून्यकाल दोनों स्वीकार कर लिए। और जब प्रश्न प्रहर होता है तो प्रश्न विभिन्न दलों के माननीय सदस्यों के होते हैं, उन प्रश्नों के जवाब में बहुत सारे महत्वपूर्ण उत्तर आते हैं जो देश की जनता जिनसे लाभान्वित होती है। और वो प्रश्नकाल में जानबूझ करके व्यवधान पैदा करने का और प्रश्नकाल न चलने पाए, जबकि कल इस पर खुली चर्चा होगी, कल सारे सांसद इस पर स्वतंत्र होंगे, अलग अलग राजनीतिक दलों के, लंबी चर्चा, लंबी बहस होगी, राष्ट्रपति अभिभाषण के ऊपर चर्चा होगी और लंबी चर्चा होगी, पूरा समय मिलेगा। तो एक दिन में कोई ऐसी परेशानी नहीं थी। जब इतने 70 दिनों से ये बात चल रही है तो एक दिन और इंतजार करके
एक सवाल जाते जाते ये पूछना चाहता हूं कि बॉर्डर की तो किलेबंदी हो गई, शहर की, दिलों की तो किलेबंदी नहीं होगी। किसान अगर अपनी समस्या लेके आए सरकार के पास,
आप सब लोग नहीं, जब देखिए आप लोग जब चाहेंगे तो दिलों की भी किलेबंदी हो जाएगी, दिल भी जुड़ जाएंगे और जो अविश्वास कहीं पैदा किया जा रहा है जानबूझ करके, वो समाप्त होगा। किसानों का हित किसमें है, सरकार इसके लिए बहुत चिंतित है और सरकार खुले मन से किसानों की हर समस्या का समाधान करना चाहती है, कृषि को लाभकारी बनाना चाहती है। 2022 तक हम किसानों की आय को बढ़ाना चाहते हैं, हमारा संकल्प है और उसमें हम आप सबका सहयोग भी चाहते हैं कि उस तरह का वातावरण बनाने में सहयोग करें कि जिससे किसान जो है अपने घर जाकर के कृषि के उत्पादन को बढ़ाने का काम और तमाम सारी योजनाओं का लाभ उठाने का काम करें, बजाय कि जानबूझ करके किसानों के कंधों पर बंदूक रखकर तमाम राजनीतिक दल जिनको जनता में हताशा मिली है और जनता ने जिनको नकार दिया है, वो ये आज एक किसान इशू बना करके उसमें अपने चेहरे चमकाना चाहते हैं। उनसे किसान को मुक्त करने का काम करें।
ठीक है डॉक्टर वाजपेयी, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद एनडीटीवी से बात करने के लिए।